Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. Just continuing Raoul's route. And we were watching Moulin Rouge, trying to teach him love! Anyway, so, I'm guessing the movie's over, or we've been watching other movies, because now it's nighttime, so. And then, we watched all the movies together, back to back. When we arrived at the 5th movie of the night, in that last scene, his actual words were pretty strong, right? But more than anything, he was expressing regret. Right. Oh, and here, the man is expressing his own internal strife. That may be a good reference point for you. Right. Huh? All of a sudden, something soft yet heavy plopped down on my head. Oh, he fell asleep. Oh, I love the fact that we are looking through their shoulders and seeing the reflection, like, in the TV. That's frickin' adorable. Look at him. Aw. You don't get as much of Raoul if it was just a straight-on shot. Like, you'd see way more of his face. You'd be close up to him. But, like, this is, like, a really interesting way to do this CG, and I appreciate it, because they took a risk, kind of, instead of being like, okay, let's just draw the CG as you're looking at them. It's, you're looking through them at their reflection, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a little unique, and I kind of like it. Anyway, snoring. He fell asleep? Raoul's head was laying on mine. It's adorable. The end credits finished, and in the black reflection of the screen, I could see Raoul fast asleep. His breath slowed. He was clearly in a deep sleep. That's when I remembered. That's right, Raoul started filming really early this morning. His agent told me during the shoot that it was tough because Raoul was filming for another thing really early. Yeah, you must be really exhausted, Raoul. And yet he was willing to study all these movies with me. I'm sure he was most irritated at his own acting. Raoul Aconite is serious and sincere about his work, after all. His head suddenly felt heavier. My heart started beating faster. That subtle movement gave me the impression of desire. Our bodies were touching, and I could feel his close body heat. He was warm and heavy, but heavy in a way that I found comforting. I leaned back against him so that we were each supporting each other. He seemed so young and innocent, a man that doesn't know love, but I still didn't know that much about him. For one thing, I don't know anything about your childhood. I whispered that, half to myself. The only response from him was more soft breathing. He never talks about his private life. It's always just mythology. There was nothing about him personally he would ever mention. Normally, when he was awake, he was innocent, sincere, and friendly, but he refused to rely on anyone. He didn't really refuse anyone, but he never changed anyone either. That told me he didn't mind being alone. Just like the action movies he's in, he has the strength to overcome many difficult obstacles. Up till now, I hadn't really realized it, that he had never relied on me or tried to get my attention. Even when making love, he went for the most straightforward moves, like a trainer at a gym. He found the most pleasurable areas and focused on those. And when I woke up the next morning, he was back to his normal, casual self. This is the first time he's ever shown any kind of vulnerability. It was clear he had started to feel more relaxed around me. That made me kind of happy. Snore. I could hear his quiet, regular breathing. I just sat there listening as I leaned against him. I woke up on the couch. Huh? When did I fall asleep? And there's a blanket draped over me. I have absolutely no idea what happened. I looked at the clock. It's only 10 o'clock. I suddenly felt my stomach grumble and remembered I hadn't eaten dinner. Just then I heard footsteps near the window. My eyes opened wide at the sight of her there. It needs something else. Huh? She was messing around with the Mars statue. Apparently she had just finished putting my hat on it. He wakes up and we're dressing up his statues. I'm not sure if he's going to love that or hate that. You're like, huh, kind of want to dress his statue. He might hate it, but I'm going to take the risk. Next, let's try this. She grabbed a pair of nearby sunglasses and stuck them on the statue. I couldn't see her face, but she seemed to be having fun. Now it looks much more like Mars. The face was totally wrong, so I had to take care of that. Next up is... She was humming to herself as she crouched down next to the statue of Neptune. This section here is totally wrong, I think. She looked at the Minerva statue, turning her head to the side. Such a cute little movement. I wanted to run over and hug her. This is where you're falling in love. You just want to hug him for doing something cute. Hi, what you doing? You being a good boy? You gonna be a good birdie now? Yeah? What are you doing? Cutie patooties. But I had to hold myself back. I didn't want to stop her from having fun with the statues. If she was eager to interact with them, even without me, she must be a true enthusiast. I didn't realize she was that into mythology. I love the fact that his little sprite is like so excited. With any other girl, it was clear they only pretended to like mythology when I was around. As a Sillywood actor, it was impossible to meet a girl that truly loved myths. I was always let down in the end. Any girl that was interested in me just pretended to try and catch my interest. But she really, truly is into it. It's not just some facade to get me to like her. At first I thought she was just playing along too, even though she obviously knew a lot about the topic. I was so happy whenever she knew what I was talking about. I felt genuinely awful when she got mad at me. But she really does love it. She was angry at me as my advisor. I guess because it wasn't helping me understand what love is. What should I do? I'm so happy right now. I pulled the blanket up and closed my eyes. I could still hear her making happy sounds. Mars, Venus, Cupid. She whispered their names one after another. I wanted this moment to last forever. And then I heard footsteps and felt a shadow fall over me. He still isn't ready to wake up, huh? What should I do now? She leaned in close to my face and I completely froze up. I pretended to be asleep, waiting to see what she'd do next. Usually if a girl stayed over, she'd try to kiss me in secret or drape herself over me seductively to wake me up. If I left now, I'd have to leave the door unlocked. But should I really stay the night again? Well, I have to go to set with him tomorrow anyway, so maybe it's okay. And I need to return the movies tomorrow, too. She mumbled to herself. I could tell she was wandering away from me. I kind of expect her to maybe give him a little kiss on the head, but that's the little too romancy, little kiss on the forehead, poor precious Raoul, So yeah, we wouldn't have done that. I snuck a quick peek and saw her walking into the kitchen. After a moment, I heard the fridge open. I'm so hungry. He wouldn't mind if I just had a little something to eat, right? I guess she hadn't eaten dinner either. When we finished the fourth movie, it was already past 7 o'clock. Once I fell asleep, I guess she felt like she couldn't leave and just had stayed there waiting for me. She's the world's most professional advisor, and I couldn't deny I was happy that she was still there. No Sillywood actress would care about locking the door if I was asleep, and they'd just leave as soon as they felt like it. And here's my own personal advisor, spending all her free time on me. I know it's just part of her job, but still. Playing with the statues definitely wasn't part of her job. No, that's really funny. I'm really glad we did that. That's hilarious. I couldn't help but smile. I really was getting hungry, so I decided I should get up and head to the kitchen. As I stood up, I decided it'd be a good chance for us to make dinner together. I also hoped she'd be willing to talk a bit about mythology, as a reward for studying those movies so hard today. I love him. Can we talk about mythology? Did I do good? Can we talk about it because it was a reward? Yeah? I love him. He's such a fucking, he is like a puppy dog. Oh my god. The next morning. Okay, I'll go ahead and return the movies. Oh, I don't mind doing that. No, it's fine. I wanted to stop by my place first anyway. You just get as much rest as you can until it's time to perform. I'll meet up with you on set. And she's gone. Look, he looks sad. He's like, no, but After she left, I felt slightly lonely. I was hoping we could go to the set together. But she kept telling me that I have to learn to rest properly or I just keep dozing off. After we ate dinner, she forced me to take a bath and then shuffled me off to bed. I was so tired I fell asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow and didn't wake up again till morning. It was the first time in a while I'd gone a whole night without messing around with a girl. That's a lie. I guess with a girl when she's here. Because we told you, no more casual sex. And it's been at least a few days to a week, so it has not been a first time in a while. Well, we did, even that the other day. So it's been like, even just a week or two since we told you, do not keep sticking your dick in crazy. Or anything. Just don't do it. So it's been, unless he was secretly screwing around and not doing what we told him, which would be bullshit, because Raul is very like, okay, you told me not to, I won't. You know, he's very earnest about this. So I'm guessing it means more like a girl was here and he didn't mess around with her, and that's just weird for him. Anyway. Our whole time together, the mood never went that way. We didn't even kiss. I couldn't remember the last time that happened. Yeah. Huh. Wait. There's always a strange feeling in my chest. Did I get a bit of muffin stuck in my throat? That's the title. Like a muffin stuck in your throat. He's like, I got a muffin stuck in my throat. Love feels like a muffin stuck in your throat to you. Oh my God, that's funny. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I should get ready and go too. Despite still feeling slightly confused, I got myself ready to leave. I love the fact that he's such a fucking himbo. He has no fucking clue. He's like, I have a weird feeling. Food must have gone on the wrong pack. Whatever. Like, just let your food stuck in your throat. What? Oh. When I found my sunglasses still in the Mars statue, I felt another strange sensation in my chest. Yeah, because I'm sorry, marry her. Or us. Finding love in Lost York. I'm serious. Like, if I had like freaking statues in my house and like I fell asleep and I woke up and a dude was just like dressing them up. Okay, if it's like the first time you're at my house, that's weird. But like, but like I just feel like that's just a funny quirk and you'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you dressing my shit up? Like, it's a trust thing. Because for me, if I trusted someone and they were touching my shit, I'd be like, you're funny. But like, if I don't know you, don't touch my shit. Like, there's a line. But I feel like at this point in the relationship, if I'm Raul and I wake up, I'd be like, I'm in love with you now. Like, there's a trust that we have here, so it's okay. Anyway. All that's left is to loosen your restriction on marriage and allow him to date our members. I guess when you're right, you're right. A heavy sigh echoed around the interview room. I was having my weekly meeting with Raul's agent today. Yet there was a heavy, almost oppressive atmosphere surrounding us. Both Raul's agent and I were feeling down for a very specific reason. The filming today had suffered more difficulties. Oh no. Raul, that's not it! You need to look soft and morose at the same time. Right now, you just look pathetic. He's so adorable, that elephant in the hair. I love it. Something's still off. Though it's better. This is a crucial scene, Raul. It's where you give up on her. Run it again. He was doing so good. But it was the jealousy and the possessiveness he was good at. Raul's been receiving criticism after criticism numerous times today. He had to do multiple retakes for every scene. After a while, he caused a delay. As a result, all of the scenes that don't require him to do any romantic acting are done. If watching movies and offering up tips and tricks wasn't enough, then all that's left is for Raul to experience the real thing. But I think it'll go well if Raul has someone he can be with. He's changed lately. Someone, you say? For some reason, the agent looked at me, then sighed. I wonder if there's anyone like that who'll be a good fit for him. Well, I've compiled a list of potential members who are compatible with someone like Raul. Please take a look. I take out the list I've compiled with the members, but then the agent just heaves a sigh. You really are diligent. I I see why you're the #1 advisor. Well, it is my duty. I like to do a good job. Plus, I'm the Cupid of love. My raison d'etre. Raison d'etre? Raison d'etre? No, no. Is to deliver love to as many people as I can. It's my duty. It's my reason for being, basically. That's what she said. Isn't that what that is in French? Isn't that French? I don't know. Sorry, but have you ever considered dating Raoul yourself, just to make things easy? I apologize, but internal regulations explicitly prohibit advisors from dating or engaging with client members past our work. You think having sex with him is part of your work? I mean, it helped, didn't it? Oh, really? Darn it. I should have asked that when we first got started. The agent shrugs and starts flipping through the members list. Oh, this member's an archaeologist. This one works in a museum, and this one is a bookworm and daughter of a city council member. Yes, all of those members have also had background checks and are more than suitable to Raoul's wants and needs. Well, consider me pleased. This will do. Looks like it's time to throw in the towel for Raoul's bachelordom. The agent closes her eyes and pinches the bridge of her nose. Suddenly, she looks exhausted. It's like they're just like, yes, I'll pick him a wife for my... What the fuck? After a while, she nods to herself and perks back up. All right, I do a secondary background check, and if nothing's wrong, I'll pass on your suggestions to Raoul myself. Thank you for your consideration. All of these members are interested in dating someone with marriage in mind. Please make that clear to Raoul. Got it. I'll make sure he's clear on that. Glad that's out of the way. Now Raoul should be able to finally meet someone who he can connect with. I handpicked members that I thought would be perfect matches for Raoul. In truth, there's lots more who would be better fits, but the member I had in mind had gotten married before I was given the green light from Raoul's agent. That's always the case. Anyway, the remaining 3 members might have some quirks, but I think that makes them all the more compatible with Raoul. Once they meet and Raoul opens himself up to the possibilities, love might bloom. I hope. Hold on. Suddenly my stomach drops, like the ground beneath me has vanished from thin air. I feel like I'm floating high in the sky. But the ground's still beneath my feet. There's no physical difference, at least as far as I can tell. Currently, we're in Cupid Core's interview room. It's my usual day-to-day workplace. Well, I'll be going now. I don't know if any of the matches will work, but I hope you'll still continue to instruct Raoul. Naturally, it's my pleasure. I saw the agent off while bowing. Things were difficult because of Raoul's fame, but now that it's no longer an obstacle, things can progress. Finally, his agent is moving forward. This is for the best. So, why don't I feel like that? Why am I not happy for him? This is the part where she's like, did I just maybe pick the wrong person? Maybe those girls aren't right. Maybe my intuition is they're not right. The slight drizzle of rain outside is making it difficult to see. I gaze out into the rain mindlessly, sipping my coffee across the table from my agent. Today's filming was canceled due to the weather. Still, my agent called me in. I have a feeling she's going to want to talk about my romantic acting. Or inability to. I hope this isn't the end for me. He looks so sad. Raoul, that's the sad face we need. I always try to do my best when it comes to a role, but right now I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. I feel stuck. I drink my coffee like a robot. And then I hear the clink of the mug as my agent puts her coffee cup down. She means business. I'll cut to the chase. Here's your next love lesson, Raoul. Lesson? The advisor from Cupid Core gave me some files on a few members. Honestly, it's too early for you to consider marriage, so I'm focusing on dating only. But this is your final chance. If you're ready and willing, I'd like for you to meet some of the advisor's picks. My agent takes out 3 sheets of paper and spreads them before me. Each has a different Cupid Core member. I don't even look at the details before turning to my agent. Wait, the advisor recommended them? Yes, she said that they've already had background checks, and bonus, they even have similar interests. I checked them a second time, and they seem to be everyday folks who aren't even fans of yours, meaning they're perfect for you. Write that down. Join dating service that Tom Hiddleston's on. Pretend I don't even know who he is. Well, if my teacher suggested these girls, then I guess I'm okay with taking them out. That's the answer I wanted to hear. But remember, they're interested in marriage. Don't show any signs that you're not. Dating and falling in love is fine, but please remember your future as an actor. Marriage is off the table right now. We better be able to marry this motherfucker, because if I don't get a goddamn wedding dress scene, I'm gonna be pissed. Keep it between us. If the advisor catches wind of this, she'll be furious, no doubt. She even pointed that out earlier. Gotcha. I can date someone. I can even fall in love. But I can't risk talking about marriage or getting married. Talk about difficult. And still, I get where my agent's coming from. I'm an action star who's been cast in a romantic movie. I have to put in the effort. I feel like all you have to do is when you go on the dates, be like, I'm just looking to take it slow, though. Like, oh, I want to get married. Yeah, that's my end goal, too. But, like, I prefer to take it slow. I don't want to get married, like, tomorrow. Because I feel like everyone, like, we started dating. We went out twice. We're getting married now. What the fuck? Like, the demographics are completely different. So I have to think about my image as an actor as well as my future. And because of that, I can't suddenly get married. I'm still in a dream. Plus, I don't want to get too involved in romance. I don't want to mess up my image for my agent either. She's so serious and earnest and always does her best for me. It's so funny because, like, I can't get married because then people wouldn't be able to watch my movies and be in love with me. Really? I mean, that doesn't stop most of us. You know? It doesn't. Oh, Raul, you're dating Cupid over here. Nah, man harem. Get she's out of here. Like, oh, and you're dating Melanie. That's cute. No, you're not. You're going to the man harem. Fucking fuck over. Sorry, Melanie. I like you, but, like, no. I'm just, like, you know. Or, like, even an actor or something. You're, like, watching the movie and you're in love with the character. You know who the actor is, but you're in love with the character they're playing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this character. Oh, whatever. And you might be, like, in love with the act. Like, oh, my God, the actor's amazing. But, like, you know, it's just that, like, even though they're selling you a fantasy, if they are married at the end of the day, you're like, I don't, like, maybe you don't care. Maybe you do. You're like, oh, that sucks. I can't dream of marrying that person because, you know, they're already married. But, like, you can still like them and enjoy their movies. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird, and it's definitely a culture thing. Like, K-pop stars, you can't get married because then people will be mad. Like, certain, like, you can't we can't tell anyone you're married because then people would, like, what, be mad at you? Like, they don't belong to you! They're acting and what they're doing, the gift that they're giving you of their performance, sure, belongs to the people they're giving it to, but, like, they themselves do not belong to you, and just because they're selling you this fantasy, like, oh, he's the perfect romance actor, oh my God, she's the perfect, like, oh, like, starlet Hollywood, oh, doesn't mean that you own them and they can't actually be happy in their real lives. It's fucking rude, dude. Like, what the fuck? How selfish are you? Tom Hiddleston cannot marry anyone but me. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I make these jokes and, like, sure, someday he's gonna get married. I'm gonna be like, oh, Tom, how could you? You broke my heart. But, like, you know, I'm gonna be happy for him because he's happy. And that's what you want for the people that you're like, oh my God, you're gorgeous and I love you. Or just celebrities you just enjoy. You know, you're like, I like them. They're a good person. I hope they're happy. I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy with me. But otherwise, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of fucked up that, like, Raul, you can't actually fall in love because then people would never want to watch your movies and they'd be angry at you. Like, it's so, that thought process and the whole concept is just so freaking stupid. Like, I don't know. Look, for somebody that lives in a fantasy world and, like, just tries to be as far out of reality as possible, even I'm not that much of an asshole. Come on. Like, you know? Anyway. But I can't improve my acting if I don't learn how to fall in love. I guess that's my weakness as an experience-based actor. If only I could be like Emma or Penelope. They can portray love no problem. Honestly, I'm starting to think that the movie would be a bigger success without me. My acting just isn't good enough. It's easier to fight Amazonian crocodiles than it is to act like I'm in love. That's a statement. It's kind of hilarious. But sitting around and complaining won't change anything. I have to step up or step down. Those are my only choices right now. And that's why I've decided to rely on my teacher and follow her suggestions. And if she chose those members for me, then they should be good. I just have to follow through. But I can't make myself look at their profiles. If I meet them when we go out, will things go better? I really hope so. The drizzle outside the window grew bigger and bigger as I thought about my dating life. Now that drizzle is a loud spattering rain. I listened to the sound of the storm as I took another sip of coffee. Honestly, I really don't want to do this. He's like, I don't want to do this because I enjoy being single. I don't want to do this because I enjoy being single. Is that why? Before it was, but now it's not, and he doesn't realize it yet. I like it. Today is the day that Raul will meet with the selected Cupid Corps members. Ahead of their date, I'll be meeting with Raul to review what he needs to focus on. Now, Raul, please repeat the dating tips that I taught you. Don't look at your phone while talking. Keep the mythology monologues to a minimum. Don't casually sleep with them, right? I don't know why that's so funny. Don't fuck them. Yes, basically. Perfect. Someone's been paying attention. Here's a doggy treat. Give him a treat. Give him a fucking pepperoni. It's hard not to when you've told me them more than a dozen times. I take it you're not coming along to chaperone. Well, as much as I'd like to, I think that would kind of ruin the mood. I'd much rather allow love to happen spontaneously. Gotcha. You really are my Cupid, aren't you? Always and forever. It's such a romantic thing right there. Oh, you really are my Cupid, aren't you? Always and forever. Oh, it's a beautiful moment. I nodded proudly, but Raul just sighed. Then he put on his sunglasses as his own way of getting excited about the dates. Trying to. To be honest, I want you to stop me from going on these dates, but I guess I'll head out now. Pardon? Stop him? But I'm a bridal advisor. My main goal is connecting others for dates, especially with Cupid Corps members. Stop him. Scold him. Encourage him. At first, when I was like, stop him, like, just say stop him, stop him. Like, which one? No. Did we stop him? Hold on. No! I'm just kidding. We stop him. For a moment, I almost stopped Raul from leaving, but then I yanked back my outstretched hand. Raul watched the entire action. When I looked up at him, our eyes met. I like how his mouth moves, but like it's probably like a gasp or like whatever noise. I want you to stop me. What? No, I can't. I think it's kind of cute because he saw her like try to stop it, but then she's not going to. But it's the, I want you to stop me. I can't do that. And he's like, but you wanted to stop me because I asked. Yeah. Raul tenses like he was about to say something to me. He even looked like he's about to turn to face me, but I stepped back. Good luck. Please come back to the office once you're all done. I'll be eagerly awaiting your report. Yep. I'll do my best so I can give you something good to listen to. Raul walks away from me with an unmotivated expression. I watched him leave, my eyes occasionally darting to my hand. Why did I reach out? Why does my hand want to grab the hem of his shirt? This isn't about me. I should go and pray for his date's success right now. I wanted to chaperone him since it's his first serious date, but most members aren't keen on having a third wheel advisor. I mean, right? Of course, that's only natural. Having an advisor there would definitely make it difficult for love to flourish. I pray that things will go well for him as I return to my work desk. I like the fact that he's like, I want you to stop me. And we wanted. After I left, I come to the designated meeting place. I saw a woman standing there with a thick book. I guess that's my first date. A female archaeologist and researcher. Hello, sorry for making you wait. Oh, you must be the Cupid Corps member, Raul Aconite. Pleased to meet you. There are still some typos in his route. Quite a few here and there. But it's just a matter, like, instead of pleased to meet, it's please instead of pleased. And, like, certain things where you're, like, they're forgetting a word. It's readable. But, like, I feel like they didn't QA Raul's chain updates as much as they should have. You know. Because I think there was only like 1 or 2 in Ryuki's, but Raoul's does have a lot of, that's not the word you meant. You made a typo here. There is a word missing. It's very simple, but it's still like, okay. I mean, I get what they're saying, so I always fill it in, but like my brain is like, there is a word missing in that sentence. Like, likewise, we're ready to go? Yes, I thought we could visit a museum. I've heard that you're fond of mythology. Looks like someone's done their homework. Nice. I'm well aware that you're a daydreamer who loves mythology, though I'm not sure oysters and Satan are connected. Yeah, sorry for that. Also, you want to try ambrosia. Pardon, but that's the food of the gods. Desiring it is quite disrespectful. Sorry for that, too. Well, okay, we told Raoul, be on your best behavior, and this bitch is over here just, like, knocking him down some pegs. Like, girl, maybe be a little bit nicer. I can't stand those who do not understand the context of myth and the peoples of the past. Let's be off. She continued to talk at me before taking off. She has a habit of pushing up her glasses. Combined with some other stuff, I think it's best to call her a highbrow lady. Yeah, I was gonna say, she's very fancy. This is how I feel. She's an archaeologist and researcher. She's very intelligent, and you're putting her with the himbo. She could be down for it. Raoul's very charming, so. Look, I'm not into the himbo, and here we are. I'm just saying. Seems like there's lots of different kinds of people who like myths. I get the feeling that she could talk out anyone at the society, including me. Out-talk, sorry. She'd win every argument we had. But she's an archaeologist, after all. I'm sure she's done some serious research and hates amateurs like me. From her perspective, I'm just a scrub who likes myths. I'm the kind of person who's more fiction over fact. That said, she's kind of intense. I don't see how this can turn into any kind of romance, but my teacher recommended her, so I should at least try. I think about what to say carefully so I don't get yelled at as I trail behind. He's so sad! 5 minutes into his date and he's like, aw. And after that, I went on dates with the other recommended members, one after another. The first was the highbrow archaeologist, next the bookworm, and finally the museum worker. My agent said they all had similar interests as me and were background checked, but... Oh, this is the archaeologist. You met Poseidon? Ugh, don't play the fool. Poseidon is a powerful deity, second only to the omnipotent Zeus. He would never deign to speak to a mere human. By the way, why are you so close? Do you think you're a god? Move away! Is this the bookworm? You're so totally different than what Papa said. You're barely treating me like a princess. What a waste of such good looks. Oh, my butler Sebastian was the one who filled out my profile. Don't take it too seriously. See you never, pretty boy. She has a butler named Sebastian? Is he a demon butler? Is he one hell of a butler? How many games? Stop reminding me. You know, it would have been funnier if Daisuke Ono voiced a character in this game. That would have been just so much better. I don't know a voice for this lady. I'm actually not that into mythology. My work involves inspecting art. I'm also charged with preserving artistic intent. See, preserve artist. You know, doesn't make sense. Oh, work calls. I'm so sorry. I'll just go on ahead and excuse myself. I'll get in touch later. And just like that, my string of dates were over really, really fast. Well, that's great for me. I really wanted to go home. That's great for me. I really wanted to go home. But he's like, I really wanted to go home. He just looks so sad saying that. Just talking to these women had exhausted me. It's tiring enough to be surrounded by fans, but talking to women who aren't actually interested in me is exhausting. I didn't have any fun. I thought I couldn't fall in love unless I went through the steps, but it's not worth it. I thought love was fun, but I already know something more fun than this. Not sex, Raoul, we told you. It's my time spent with Spacey. Time always flies when I talk to her. Plus, we can enjoy talking about mythology, too. I'm so happy you went there. I know something more fun than this, and I'm like, Let's be wholesome. Maybe I don't just want to talk about myths all the time. My conversation with the archaeologist was more in depth than when I talked to Spacey about myths. She was incredibly specialized in a way I'll never be. Her background with research was stunning, and she knew so much. But I didn't have fun at all. I thought that talking with Spacey had been enjoyable because we could discuss mythology together. Now that I've met someone else I could discuss myths with, I'm realizing that's not why I like her. I think I don't want to change myself to be capable of love. This feeling is different than the person I am with the crew or Sillywood actresses, with my fans or with my society friends. Spacey never made fun of who I am. She never made fun of my opinions. No, because you're sweet, precious little baby himbo. We love you. I'm gonna just ruffle your hair. Shake a boy. She always smiles and listens patiently. Then she shares her own thoughts and opinions, too. I always felt happy. She might have a completely different point of view, but that's exciting. It makes me want to debate her all night long. It's not all you want to do to me all night long, but it's actually funny that he's like, no, I actually want to have a debate with, that's not euphemism. Progress, Raoul. That's progress. And she sees me for who I really am. She doesn't see me as Raoul Aconite, action movie star, or as a mythology enthusiast. To her, I'm just Raoul. She doesn't hold back with me at all. That makes me feel so happy. I miss her so much right now. This is so sweet. This is the sweetest. God, I love him. He's so precious. Because he's so dumb. He's like, I don't know why. I guess I'll never understand love. Oh, sweetie, you're right there. Oh. It's okay, baby. You'll figure it out. I feel a desire to go see her and talk with her, and to sit with her and see her face. I want to go to her right away. That's right. I have a good excuse. She told me to go report to her after my dates. They ended earlier than planned, so I should go to her right now. She probably won't be happy that the dates ended so soon, but that's not my problem right now. They all left early anyway. I'll just have to listen to her and follow her directions again. After all, is it so bad to want this? That's so cute. I nearly run to Cupid Core. My strides are so big. Maybe this is what love actually is. Or maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't really know. I've never been in love. This is all so new to me. It's like he's kind of he's like, maybe this is love. It's excitement. It's something. When I'm with her, I can feel my acting improve. She's my advisor, my personal Cupid of love. I can't help but break into a run so I can hurry back to her. He just looks so endearing and so cute. Stop it. We went on dates and they were all really smart and we had lots to talk about, but I just missed you. Oh, you're so innocent. Such an innocent little man whore. It's weird, but yeah. Back to my desk. G was using my lap as his resting place as I gently petted him. I was attempting to work, but I felt a bit dazed. Feeling restless over Raoul's dates, I can hardly focus. I start fidgeting as I pet Chi to distract myself. Then an email notification pops up. This is from... The sender is one of Raoul's dates for today. It's the museum worker. From a professional standpoint, she's intelligent, mature, and quite beautiful. It seemed like a natural match. And yet, she's turning him down. She's refusing to see Raoul ever again. I suppose that's the difficult part about making a successful match. The first date always decides the person's impression. If that falls through, there's no saving the match, no matter what. I bet she'd have success if she wasn't dating someone from the Parasite 5. Still, I had high hopes that Raoul would find some success with her, but I suppose high hopes mean devastating disappointment. Though I think the feeling I'm feeling isn't necessarily disappointment. What is this? I feel relief. Relief that Raoul's date fell through. But I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shake my head and check my inbox again. While wondering about his other 2 dates, another email appears. Raoul? As if I'd summoned him, the email was from Raoul. He finished his last date and is on the way to Cupid Core right now. Gee? She looked up at me and blinked slowly. Our eyes met and I tilted my head to the side in mild surprise. The dates ended rather fast, didn't they? A sinking feeling settles into my stomach as I put Chi on my desk. I go and reserve the meeting room. All the while, I prayed for some good news from Raoul. But as expected, that feeling in my stomach was unfortunately correct. They all ran away from me in the end. Can you believe it? He's very excited about it. It's not funny, Raoul. Raoul arrived to our interview with a big flashy smile. I felt both weak and angry, which led me to scolding him full stop. What happened? What did you do wrong? Well, you see, Raoul explained the course of events from start to finish. The first date with the archaeologist was a bust. She took mythology quite seriously and was offended by Raoul's manner. The second date with the city council member's daughter was difficult too. She wanted a prince and found Raoul lacking. The final date with the museum worker was a mismatch. She wasn't interested in myths and ended up going back to work as well. That was the result of Raoul's dates. So she went back to work instead of finishing the date. That means she rejected him from the start. Matches only bring up work or family emergencies when they want to end the date early. Usually they follow up with a rejection email or just stop responding outright. I can't believe that someone who was so serious about mythology couldn't keep up with someone like Raoul. You said that you had a difference of opinions, right? Did the conversation get heated? Something like that. I learned a few new things, but I was afraid to make her angry. So I see. This is why hobbies often become an obstacle in matches. The funny thing is she's like, what did you do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I just wasn't a Prince Charming. The other lady hates mythology. And then the other woman, I couldn't talk to because she was going to yell at me. Like, I don't really think Raoul did anything especially wrong. Was he, 100% earnest going into these dates? Absolutely not. But, you know. In the long term, things usually smooth out. But in the beginning, truly assess the situation. There are lots of couples who end up over the sense of opinion. I thought one of them would for Raoul. Raoul Aconite, the obsessed parasite and action-oriented Sillywood star. An innocent and friendly man. I matched him with those members with the hope that they'd find some level of compatibility. If this is the case, it would be... Enough about me, let's talk about you. You're coming home with me again, right? Excuse me? I let out a soft gasp as words tickle my ear. I hadn't noticed Raoul move across to me. He picked me on his lap. The movement was so smooth that it felt like he'd planned it in advance. I finally realized that I enjoy talking about mythology the most when I'm talking with you. Plus, I was knocked out the other day. You should come over so I can stay awake this time. Raoul smiles innocently, though it feels like he's pleading for my attention. I think he must have not considered me saying no. It's funny, yeah, it's like, you're coming over again, huh? Like to watch movies, but he puts you in his lap. This is a very sexy move here. This is not work professional. I have lots of stuff I want to talk about, so you'll come back with me, right? Right? We need to reject him so he understands rejection. Raoul tickles my throat like he's scratching a cat's chin. Feels intimate since I'm still on his lap. This is the kind of thing genuine lovers would do. He still doesn't understand that you can't do these things casually. I scolded him for it too. He absolutely deserved it, and in my anger I turned away. No, I'm not going to go back with you. You're just slipping back into old habits. Huh? You said you've given up on casual encounters. What's with your attitude right now? He put me on his lap without permission. He touched me without asking. That's not something people who aren't together do. You didn't get a single thing I said. If this is your way of demonstrating what you've learned, then I'm not going. So we're not going back to my place? Of course not! I can't believe that was your intent! Why didn't you say that? Hey, you're the one who said I shouldn't sleep around with other people. You never said I can't sleep with you. I mean, he's not wrong, but he's still an idiot. Raoul smiles and moves his lips closer to my ear. And even after doing it twice in a row, you didn't get this mad at me. You didn't get mad at all. You even liked it, didn't you? Twice in a row. We didn't do it twice in a row, but like, hey. Excuse me? Raoul has a point. I already did the deed with him twice. In that moment, I got so embarrassed that I was speechless, but it wasn't 2 days in a row. You know what I mean? The time is weird in this game. That night, having sex with him felt so special. It felt so separate from my work as an advisor, like a special treat. I guess we were good. He gave us a treat. I mean, wait, this is weird. After that, I got really focused on helping his acting and put that night in the past. I should have scolded him for it. I needed to make up for lost time now and instruct him better. Then Raoul put his hand on my chin. I softly gasped. Raoul's face is so intimately close to mine. Then he tries to kiss me. I thought we were going to get a new CG. No, just flash back to that other one. The memory of that past moment comes back, and my face warms with a blush. I yank a file from the table to block his kiss. Then I smack Raoul with it. Ow! Why'd you block me like that? Because we can't do this, Raoul! You need to understand! I get off his lap and pick up the now scattered file. I won't be going with you. I told you that we can't do stuff like this in the beginning. You can't just casually treat me like this. If you want to learn about love, you need to abstain. You need to practice a bit of abstinence. Do you understand? Oh. I'm going back to work. Have a pleasant evening. I leave the interview room with my hand over my heart. My heart's beating so fast, I can hear my pulse in my burning ears. What is this feeling? I can't do this anymore. It feels as if I'm the one who's in love. No, this is just a misunderstanding. I am just confused. That past pleasure was just that, pleasure. Nothing more, nothing less. I take deep breaths to help me collect myself. I'll be fine. I can calm down and gather my thoughts again. Now, I need to find someone who's not me that Raoul can fall for. I need someone who could be head over heels in love for. That's you. But if someone that wonderful was a member, they would probably get married fairly quickly. That sort of member would be fought over by all of the advisors. Cupid Corps members typically are busy Lost Yorkers who have no time to meet people in their day-to-day. That's why they make decisions very quickly. I'd have to take too much time to lecture them on Raoul's quirks. What are my other options? Surely there's a member I can recommend. I let my mind switch back to work as I return to my desk. I work on building a new list of people and email it to the agent. Unfortunately, she rejected all of them. What a waste. He's going to talk to his agent, but I keep thinking about Spacey and I don't want to go out with these other girls. She's like, that's exactly what I want. Aw. I left the Cupid Corps building by myself and head home, feeling confused. I never thought she'd reject me like that. Usually I'm the one doing all the asking, but even then... Oh. Usually I'm the one doing all the asking. That's what he was doing, though. That's why it confused me. So anyway. But even then, I've never been rejected. So, sometimes you'll get shot down. Feels like an obvious thing, but it's never occurred to me. Being rejected has left me feeling confused and hurt. Use that. Maybe this is why I'm so bad at romantic acting. All my expectations are different from everyday people. Normal people don't fight Amazonian crocodiles. They don't get lost in the desert. They don't sleep around this much. Some of them do. Some of them do. Let's be real, but everything that's normal to me is far from normal for everyone else. I mean, the crocodile thing and the getting lost in the desert is not normal, but I thought it was fun to miss more than people, but after doing all that matchmaking, I think that's not the truth. Does that mean I should never try to sleep with her again? Yeah. I just looked up and saw it. No. I just looked up and saw his shocked face. I shouldn't try to sleep with her. A shocked Pikachu face. Never again? And just the thought of that makes me feel terrible. But am I really sad because I can't have sex with her? Or am I sad because I want to fall asleep next to her and wake up with her in the morning? I don't know. I honestly still don't get my feelings. What I do get is my desire to not go home alone. But I don't want anyone else in my bed tonight. But she kind of made herself clear when she chased me out. Oh well, I should just go home and practice my romantic acting again. I feel like if I can move past my feelings, then my acting will improve. You need to embrace these feelings. I head to the main street and get in my car. And then the feeling of someone looking at me tickles the back of my neck. Huh? I turn around, but there's no one there. It's Chi. Been a long day. Maybe it's just my imagination. Or Minerva? Or Mars? Or our mother? We don't know. It's someone. That feeling is odd, to say the least. Still, I hop in my car and rest my foot over the gas pedal. I sense someone in my rearview mirror and shudder. Think about how creepy that feeling is as I drive off and head home. It's some it's Chi or a god watching him. A mythical accident. That also helps for that feeling. A few days later, there was no time to introduce any members who'd be accepted by the agent this shoot. Bert, stop, you can't bury your head under my headset. Today's filming location was at Lost York Park. The staff are bustling around trying to get things ready. Wardrobe is ready! I'm sorry I'm late. I have the scarf so we can get started as soon as possible. This hustle and bustle is just a normal day for a Sillywood movie shoot. That said, I'm feeling nervous today. It's all because I'm not sure how Raoul's acting is going to be perceived by the director. I think things are a lot better this morning, at least as far as I can tell. Even though Raoul's dates were complete failures, his romantic acting seems like it's changed for the better. I'm watching over Raoul closely today as he prepares himself. I hope that he'll get the go-ahead from the director. But all he's doing right now is tilting his head from side to side, looking around the filming location in bewilderment. Huh? Does anyone know where my towel went? I haven't seen it around. Maybe you forgot to bring one with you today. That's strange. I'm almost 100% sure I had it right here. It's a Cupid print towel with arrow patterns on it. Seen it? I didn't know you had a Cupid towel. Of course I do. I'm a big fan of Cupid, you know. Well, I'm a fan of Neptune first, then Cupid second. Well, that's utterly embarrassing. Cupid in the human realm basically takes the form of a young man. Kind of get why Raoul likes Cupid. No matter what form Cupid takes, the fact that people always show love for the goddess of love makes me feel so happy. To tell you the truth, I'm starting to think that Cupid is actually female and not male. It's been on my mind since we talked. Huh? Really now? Yeah, and because of that, I like Cupid even more. Take a look at this. Even my pen case has a Cupid design on it. Such a fucking nerd. I think what I love about him, he's like, look at my pen case that's got Cupid. Look at all this stuff. And I'm like, look at my Eda bag that's got all my like anime pins in it. We're nerds together, just different kinds. I feel you. Anyway. Raoul digs around in his bag to take out the case, only to blink repeatedly in surprise. What you doing? Stretching and peepsins? What you doing, Payu? What the? My pen case is gone too? Maybe I left it behind at home. All right, folks. Lights, camera, action. Places, everyone. Now. I feel like it should be like, now. We gotta get the clapping in. I gotta get in place. Hold on to my bag, will you? Keep it safe. Sure. Like somebody stole all his stuff. Raoul passes me his bag, then quickly dashes off to wardrobe so he can get ready. All of his Cupid-themed items are gone? I wonder what's happening here. Maybe he just left them at home, or maybe someone who's just as much of a Cupid fan took his things by mistake. But I'm getting some really bad vibes right now. Huh? We had something similar happen a while ago. Raoul's stuff went missing right around when he had a stalker following him. What? A stalker? Following Raoul around? You can't be serious right now, can you? I bet it's just a coincidence. He probably forgot to bring his things from home. I bet they're there. Then again, I'm starting to get some bad vibes too. Something feels off. Usually Raoul leaves his bag wherever he drops it, but today he handed it to me. It's like he knows something's off. I clutch his bag tightly as a feeling of pressure surrounds me. Would you stop? It'll be fine. While it's happened before, I don't think it'll get serious. I'm sure things will work out. Her voice is all over the place, but whatever. Raul's agent quietly turns away and focuses on his acting. I love you, but the way you're trying to jam your whole entire body under my headset is really fucking weird, and your nails, your dagger toes in my fucking neck are killing me, Bert. Raul Aconite, Sillywood star. I'm sure he has fans all around the world. I want to know which god is stalking him. If this is a mythical accident, that means there's a possibility that one of them will cross the line again and start stalking him. There's no assurance that someone won't try to find a way to steal his personal items. That would explain why the agent was so serious about a secondary background check. She wanted someone they could trust. Which also explains why Raul's the way he is and tends to keep it to himself. In any case, I'll go check out his performance today. Whether or not there's a stalker around isn't something I can worry about right now. I need to help him with his acting. So far, so good today. The director's praising Raul's expressions and general performance. Things are looking up now. I knew that dating would help him. Or, well, that's at least what I thought. After the shoot ended, Raul's shoes were missing too. All this in addition to his items from this morning. I'm hoping we can get this in 5 minutes or so. He ends up having to wear his acting shoes for the rest of the day. She's stealing his shit. This isn't good. It's a bit annoying for sure, but not too bad. That day, we decided to have a meeting at the nearby cafe. Your things keep going missing, which most likely means you've got another stalker following you around again, Raul! I like it when she gets a little more animated, so it's more fun. Makes sense. There was that camera hidden in the bathroom earlier. Good thing I found it first. Raul and the manager talk ever so casually about the situation, which is leaving me feeling baffled. Aren't you going to escalate this and take it to the police? Nah, no use. We did that plenty of times before, but all we were told was that it's our responsibility to take care of things. Your responsibility? What kind of answer is that? It's just the way things are here. Nothing we can do to change it. It'll work itself out. I'll just link our lawyer in so he's aware that this is happening again. And even if something does happen, I got my pankration skills. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Raul, you really should let the bodyguards do their job. Come on. It's not like fighting a gator or piranhas. It's just a stalker. I'd be okay. Unless they had a gun. They continue joking around, which goes to show that they really are used to this kind of situation. Oh, Cupid, I love you, but your toes hurt so bad. I guess this is just a part of Sillywood. Still, it's a major problem. I can't just turn a blind eye to what's happening to Raul. I can't imagine who would do such a thing, especially right now. It would make sense if he recently appeared in a movie or the front page of a magazine, but the film isn't even public yet. Well, based on previous experiences and intuition, I'm guessing it's one of the women Raul dated recently. What? Do you mean our members? Come on, no way. All those women cut and ran out on me. It can't be them. They left that quickly, huh? Maybe it's not them. I should look into this further. If one of Cupid Corps' members is behind this, then the fault lies with me. Human feelings are incredibly complex. It's not rare to see people change their feelings one after another. In fact, some members even tell their advisor that they want someone they used to hate or even previously refused. In any case, please make sure Raul isn't left alone until things settle down. Well, if you don't want me to be alone, then why not come back to my place? Thank you, but no thank you. You can stay the night too, and protect me. So cute. That sounds like a smart idea, Raul. Excuse me, but it's not a smart idea when I haven't even had a chance to agree with you. Raul is as casual as usual, but his agent is something else too. His agent is stealing his shit so that they can arrange. She's like, I had to steal his shit so that you would go home with him and realize you were in love with each other. Jesus! Do I have to do your job, Cupid? Just don't stay out in the open alone. I'll do all the driving. Is that a plan? And I knew I could count on you. Raul flashes a huge grin at me. I can tell he's not even taking this seriously. He doesn't even see me as protection. I'll have you know that I'm a real deal god, you know? I am Cupid, the goddess of love. I can protect Raul if it comes down to that. Poke somebody in the eye. No, I will protect him if it comes down to that. Oh, I love that. I want her to, like, punch someone in the face, and he's like, you actually punched someone for me. Yeah! Told you I'd protect you! Hurt my hand, but I did it. It is my sacred duty as an advisor to provide Raoul with an environment where he can flourish. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Ooh, we get to go back to his house. Oh, no, we don't. Spoiler alert. No, we don't. She didn't come back. Shh. Raoul, you were supposed to save the disappointment for the next part. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.